Hello, everyone. My name is Yongkang. Today, I'm very happy to be here to talk about how we can automate ARO cluster creation and protection. Use just one command in about 35 minutes. Let's get started. So previously, I recorded multiple YouTube videos to automate the Kubernetes cluster creation and backup for other Kubernetes distribution listed here. So today we're going to focusing on Azure Red Hat OpenShift, typically short as ARO. And in the bottom of the screen, you can see that's a playlist. Yeah, you just go to automate.yongkang.com, you will see all of these videos. So here is a prerequisites. So first of all, you need to have a web browser. Secondly, you need to have an Azure cloud account with enough permissions and also quota. The quota is also very important because by default, ARO, it does require minimum of 40 CPU cores. So you can follow the link I will share later. You should follow the link to make a request to increase the quota. Otherwise, you won't be able to launch the ARO cluster. Thirdly, you need to register Microsoft.Red Hat OpenShift resource provider if you haven't registered yet. If you are already using Azure, pretty much you already have the Microsoft.Compute storage and authorization already registered. So the only one left is Red Hat OpenShift. Last but not least, you need to have a Red Hat hybrid cloud account for a Red Hat pool secrets. Yeah, this is required if you want to, being able to deploy your application via the Operator Hub. Once we log into the web console, I will show you where. Here is a preparation tasks. So basically, I created the automation. I make it publicly available from a GitHub page. The first task is you do the git clone of the GitHub repository. Secondly, you run the preparation tasks. Basically, it's ARO prep.sh. So we will do some preparation first. And then last but not least, you might want to customize your cluster name, your location, your region, your bucket name. Yeah, you don't have to, it's optional. So now you can, deploy based on your needs. Let's say you want to deploy from scratch with ARO cluster created, plus Kasten K10 also deployed. By the way, Kasten K10, that's the #1 Kubernetes backup DR and application mobility software. That's /deploy.sh. Basically, it includes both ARO deploy and K10-deploy. So in the middle, if you just want to create an ARO cluster, that's where you run the /ARO-deploy.sh. The bottom one is you already have an ARO cluster. You just want to protect the containers. That's where you can run K10-deploy. Okay, with that, let me jump to the Azure portal. So I log into Azure portal and I also launch the Cloud Shell here. So the first task, let me actually copy the command from my GitHub page. So this is my GitHub page. The one for all OpenShift related, it's on the OCP-K10. So I click OCP-K10. So the first folder, it's about ARO K10 Automation. So I click this folder here and moving down to the README section. So how to prepare the environment? I already logged into the Azure portal and I launched the Cloud Shell. The first command here is we're going to copy this command, git clone. We're going to clone the repository to my local directory. So once this finish, the second command is we're going to prepare the environment. So copy this command and then paste it here. So basically what it does is we're going to install the required command line tools like an OC client. And we will also create an app registration because we need the client ID, security key, and also the subscription ID, all the details for us to launch the cluster. So once you up here, we're waiting here. Say you need to click the link to log into Red Hat Cloud Console. By the way, technically you can click the link, but the problem is Azure Cloud Shell, it doesn't launch correctly. What I'm doing right now is I just copy the link and paste to the new tab, press enter, and then it will pop up on the screen here. So all we need to do is we just click copy pool secret. But if you haven't logged in, it will prompt you to enter your username and password to log in to Red Hat Hybrid Cloud Console. So I logged in already, so it doesn't ask me again. All I need to, from here is copy pool secret. It will say the secret copied. So I come back to my Cloud Shell. I paste the secret here and press enter. So now it will say you're ready to deploy. So the next command we need to run here. Let me come back to the GitHub page. You can deploy based on your needs. For my case, since I don't have a ARO cluster yet, I want to deploy from scratch. That's the third column here. I just run /deploy. I copy the command, paste it here, press enter. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create the ARO cluster first, and then followed by we're going to deploy Kasten K10. So as you can see from the GitHub page, so we will create the ARO cluster first. We will install Kasten K10, deploy a PostgreSQL sample database. We will also create an Azure Blob Storage Location profile. We will create a backup policy, and then we will, kick off on-demand backup jobs. All of these are typically done in, about 35 minutes. So while we're waiting here, I might just pause here until the job finish. Okay, let's continue. As you can see, we got the 6-node cluster is up running right now. We got the 3 master nodes here and plus 3 worker nodes here. How to access the OpenShift Web Console? Here is a link. Again, you can click the link, but it just doesn't open correctly. So I'm going to copy the link, open in the new tab, and press enter. So this is the first time I'm logging to OpenShift Web Console. So I need to come back to copy the password. So your username is kubeadmin, your password is here. I'm going to copy the password here as well. So now, kubeadmin password, and click login. So as you can see here, so our ARO cluster actually has been created successfully. Let's see how long it takes. So the total time, it takes 36 minutes this time. So we already created the ARO cluster. Now we are installing Kasten K10 in the PostgreSQL sample database. I want to just pause here until it finishes. Okay, let's continue. So by end of the scripts, you are expecting to see here is a link to access the Kasten Web Console. And here is a token code. You need to copy the token code and paste to the web browser to log into the Kasten Web Console. And also, I'd like to highlight here. This time it says the total time to deploy took like almost 13 minutes. This is not correct. I tell you why. And also sum up the ARO cluster. Remember ARO cluster earlier, I showed you totally it's about 36 minutes and plus the 13 minutes. That's why it's showing totally 49 minutes. In a normal situation, it should be just under, or around 40 minutes. I show you why this job wasn't finished or, is stuck here for 30 minutes. Typically, to enable the container backups, you only need 3 minutes, okay? I will show you shortly. So for now, what's the problem? Let me show you how many nodes we have. The OC get node, you can see I was running 1.23.5, but actually there is a bug from here. What's the bug? The bug here is if I get the PVC here, you can see all of my PVC for the persistent volume claims. My database PostgreSQL requesting the persistent volume claims from managed CSI, it's just pending there. My Kasten-IO also requesting the PVC, it is also pending here. The problem is actually there is a bug right now for the current version from the Azure Red Hat OpenShift offerings. So what I'm doing right now is I kicked off the upgrade. I need to wait till the upgrade finish to showing you how to deploy Kasten in 3 minutes and how to log into the web console. So if you're wondering what's going on, what's happening here, so what I did is I go to under administration cluster settings. I enabled the channel. So I choose the most latest option. That's candidate or standard or stable options. Or actually, it's stable, fast, or candidate. For the candidate, you get the latest options. So what I did is I'm upgrading from a 4.10.20 to 4.10.28. So the bug has been fixed from a 4.10.24. Okay, as long as you choose any one of the latest version, it should be all good. So right now, I'm just waiting for this finish. The whole upgrade, it does take about 1 hour. So I'm gonna just pause here until this finish. Then I will show you how to enable the container backups in 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, as you can see, now my cluster is running the latest 4.10.28 and just finished 2 minutes ago. It does take about 1 hour. So if I come back to the command line, I'm going to run the same. Oh, sorry, it was gone. Yeah, just remember the previous version, it was 1.23.5. Now let's see what's the current version. So currently it should be 1.23. Still 5, but the number after the 1.23 actually different. So now if I'm going to check my PVC, so you will see all of my PVC actually was showing bonding status. So technically I can log into the custom web console to show you how it works. So, but to make this simple and also to show you how quickly we can enable container backups once you have a ARO cluster up running. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just destroy the Kasten K10. So typically just few 1 minute, 2 minutes, and the destroy will finish. Once the destroy finish, I will redeploy just Kasten K10 to show you how simple how it is. While we're running here, I want to just to show you, come back to the slide deck here. So remember earlier we did run /deploy. Technically, it will be deploy ARO cluster followed by Kasten K10 deploy. But remember, it was stuck there for when I deploy Kasten K10, I need the persistent volume claims, but there is a bug from the current version. So that's why I did the upgrade of the OpenShift ARO cluster. So what I'm doing right now is once you've done all of your testing, you can destroy the environment. How to destroy? If I just want to destroy the Kasten K10, which I just run the command moments ago, so I just run /K10-destroy. We're going to destroy Kasten K10, remove Kasten K10 from the existing ARO cluster, and including the sample database. In this case, I deployed a PostgreSQL sample database, including Azure Object Storage also removed. I mean, Azure Object Storage bucket, objects from the Azure Blob Storage bucket. Okay, once you've done your testing, you can also destroy your ARO cluster by running ARO-destroy. If you just want to destroy everything we created earlier, you just run /destroy. So by now, yeah, my cluster, I'm actually already removed the Kasten K10. So now I'm going to show you how you can enable the container backups on ARO cluster in just 3 minutes by running K10-deploy. So by running this command, we will first install Kasten K10, and then we will install sample database, create a backup policy, and also run the on-demand backup jobs. All of these typically just within 3 minutes. Let's see how it goes this time. But once I log into the web console, I'm not going to show you how to run the backups for the containers. But once you log into the web console, actually the backup jobs should already kick it off, and shortly should finish successfully. But I'm not going to show you how to restore the containers. That's not a part of this particular video. For this particular video, I just want to walk you through how you can automate ARO cluster creation and the protection. It's in a one go. If we just run .deploy, we will create an ARO cluster plus Kasten K10 sample database, etc. So if you are interested to learn more about how to back up and restore the containers running on OpenShift or any other Kubernetes distributions, I got the full playlist. You just go to backup.yongkang.cloud, listed here, multiple videos covering all different Kubernetes distributions. I do have one to cover on ROSA, that's Red Hat OpenShift service on AWS, and also OpenShift container platform. That one was running on IBM Cloud. Okay. So I might just including you a few reference links. So the first link, actually, it's I put together a couple links. So how to learn Kasten, how to learn Kubernetes wider automation, how to create the Kubernetes cluster, how to back up the containers, how to automate all of these. The second one, that's the automation code. It's publicly available from a GitHub page. The third one is that's the official link from Microsoft talking about how to create a ARO for cluster. The bottom two, it's about a Kubernetes free learning, free training, and also Kasten official documentation page. So let me check. Yeah, the job finishes successfully by end of the scripts. So you're expecting to see total time for K10. It does, does typically within 3 minutes. For this time, it takes 1 minute and 40 seconds. So here is a link. Again, it's not the problem. You can click the link by, Azure Cloud Shell just doesn't launch the web console correctly. So I'm going to paste the link here. Come back to my Cloud Shell. I'm going to copy the token code and then paste the token here. Click sign. And this is the first time to log in. You will be asked to provide your email address, your company name, then click accept. So once you logged in, you can see this is a very easy, simple to use web console. Give you some, high level details. You got the 66 applications. You got one backup policy. You got your usage and reports. The backup jobs actually already kicked off. You can see the job will kick it off. So we're doing the snapshot of your application components, your application configurations, and your data. Once the job is finished, we will make another copy. Actually, the backup job already finished. We will send another copy to your Azure Blob storage. Since you're running from Azure Cloud, so we're going to send another copy to Azure Blob storage, which is more safe, more reliable. It can be from a different region or different availability zone. Your Azure Blob storage could be from a different geo. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to cover. Yeah, I'm not supposed to show you how to recover the containers. Once you have the backup job finished, this is very easy, simple to use the web UI. You can go to the dashboard, you can select the application, you can do the restore. By the way, you can do the restore in place, you can clone to a new namespace, or you can do individual resource recovery. Okay, so come back to the slide deck. I want to just have one more slide to show you. So coming next, I want to be interested to show you how to migrate the containers from other cloud or maybe from other Kubernetes distributions. It could be from on-premises to ARO cluster. Before I wrap up the session, I might just want to show you, the one more thing, I did not show you how to destroy. Assuming I finished all of the demo testing, I just go back to the Cloud Shell. All I need to do is I just run destroy. So by running the destroy, we will remove everything from the Azure cloud. Before I do the remove, I forgot to mention one thing. So remember earlier when we create the ARO cluster, we did ask you the pool secrets. Without the pool secrets in place, you actually, if you click operators, if you go to operator hub, you will see nothing here. So that means you want to be able to install the applications from the Azure Marketplace, from the Azure, could be the open source operator hubs. So that's where you need the pool secrets. But once you install all of your, including Kasten K10, also can be monitored from the ports. If you select the Kasten-IO or your application, in this case, Yongkang-PostgresQL, you can see your port status. I think that's all I want to cover. Finally, let me just kick off the destroy command. So I press enter. We're going to delete the whole ARO cluster. Typically just about 10 minutes. I hope it is useful to you all, but if you have any questions or any feedbacks, please feel free to follow me, to send me an email, to connect me via LinkedIn or any one of the ways listed here. I hope it is useful to you. Did I say? Yeah, I just say it again. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.